Hello vinyl community, this is Randall, back today with another video. 2020 is the 100th anniversary of the birth of Charlie Parker, alto saxophonist Charlie Parker, Bird. And so I thought in celebration of that anniversary I would, well, first of all I'm going to show you this box set that I just got from Craft Recordings, but I thought in addition to that too I would show some records by some other alto saxophone players, some other records in my collection, so that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I was thinking, when we think of saxophone, a lot of times in jazz, we probably immediately start thinking maybe of tenor sax players more frequently, John Coltrane, Stan Getz, Sonny Rollins. So I thought, maybe we'd focus on some, alto sax players. But yeah, in celebration of Charlie Parker's 100th birthday, Craft Recordings released this box set. I just got it in the mail a couple days ago. It's 4 10-inch records, the Savoy 10-inch LP collection. Nice looking box. I am going to hold this, let you read the names of the songs on there. There's 28 songs. There's four records. There's 2 records with 4 songs on each side and 2 records with 3 songs on each side. These records were all recorded from 1944 to 48 by Charlie Parker in small combos. An interesting thing about these bands is this also is a good opportunity to hear Miles Davis, his very first recordings. Well, I think they're his first recordings, at least made with small combos. Actually, some of these songs are his first recordings as band leader. So Milestones, Little Willie Leaps are Miles Davis led sessions, I guess. Charlie Parker actually plays tenor sax on those. So anyway, this set is really cool. It's 4 records. They all look exactly the same. Except that they're different colors. So blue, red, and yellow. And then they have this, information on the back. They're supposed to be replicas. So Savoy recorded these. I guess they were released as singles in the 50s. They released them as new sounds in modern music. So I was looking at this on Discogs, and they released them like as 7-inch singles and 10-inch albums. And there's quite a few volumes of them. I guess there were 4 when they did it back then. This set also comes with this booklet. It has a cool picture of Bird there. There's Davis and Bird together. Yeah. It's a cool booklet. I like the pictures and everything. I wish there was a little bit more text. Actually, I would have liked to have had, maybe just a little bit more background, on the recording sessions and just, how they came about and who organized them and things like that. But anyway, it sounds really good. So, I'm glad to get this. Yeah, so Craft Recordings. So I thought I would show some other records by some alto saxophone players that I was doing a little bit of research, and it turns out there are 3 who are really recognized as the greatest alto sax players. So Bird is by far number 1. This is another record. This came out on Black Friday Record Store Day. These are songs from the 1950s. Miles Davis is still on some of these, but he's also replaced by Red Rodney as a trumpet player on some of them, and a couple of these have vocals on them. And Charlie Parker just he just riffs right over the top of the vocalist. It's really kind of interesting. Sounds really dated, though. Black Friday Record Store Day. This was on Clef Records. So this record was another one of these that is organized by Norman Granz. So I think Clef maybe must have been a part of Verve Records, possibly, or I'm not really sure. But as far as the yeah, alto saxophonists who are recognized as being, the leaders or innovators. One of the others is Johnny Hodges, who played for Duke Ellington's orchestra. He played for his orchestra from 1928 up until about 1951 when he formed his own band for a while, and then 1955 he joined back up with Ellington. So there's no pictures of him on here. I showed this record a while back. This one, I talked about the song Diminuendo and Crescendo in Blue that had featured like 27 choruses by the saxophone player. That was the tenor saxophonist, Paul Gonsalves. Johnny Hodges is featured prominently on Jeep's Blues on this one. So, yeah, well known for playing with Ellington's orchestra, and Ellington's orchestra, I guess, was the biggest big band, swing band, so yeah, he was really popular. Really hard to find a picture of him, but here's what he looks like. And what I read about him was that he just was not expressive at all. He was just, I guess, that was the way he always looked when he played. He was just very calm. So, yeah, Johnny Hodges played with Duke Ellington. That's what Ellington record looks like. And the third one they mentioned as being the most innovative, I guess, or the leader, I guess, among alto sax players is Cannonball Adderley. So, yeah, Cannonball played with Miles Davis's band beginning in the late 50s for a couple years there, but they made it a sextet for a while. Here he is with his brother, Nat. This is a live recording from San Francisco. This album, I guess, was sort of innovative because it was recorded in a small club with, you could hear a lot of the crowd and a lot of crowd noise and everything, and also he talks to the crowd, and they included that in the recording. So, yeah, this is on, Riverside. Blue Riverside label. One of his best known albums is Something Else. This features Miles Davis on trumpet. I think this was released in like 1959 or something like that. This is a Wax Time reissue. Sounds really good. I don't know what the source is, anything about Wax Time, but this record really does actually sound perfect. This features Autumn Leaves, really awesome, and Love for Sale. So Something Else, the title card is actually written by Miles Davis, but yeah, Cannonball Adderley played on the Kind of Blue album, so that's one of the things that he is best known for, in addition to doing his own records. He was also with Miles on the Milestones album. And an interesting thing about this album, Milestones, is that song that I mentioned in the box set, Miles' first recording session, Milestones. I mean, as far as I can tell, it's not the same song that's on this album, Milestones. Yeah. I'm not sure what the story is with that. I mean, on the record itself, for Milestones, it's on the label, it's called Miles. It's not called Milestones, it just says Miles as the title of the song. So maybe they are two different songs, and the name of the album is Milestones. Here's what that Cannonball Adderley record looks like. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, another innovative alto sax player from the 50s, I guess maybe starting in the late 40s, Lee Konitz. Here's an album where he's playing with Jerry Mulligan, baritone sax player. So, here's the track listing on this one. It's recorded in the late 50s. Lee was, from what I read, he was well known as an alto sax player who didn't follow so much in the footsteps of Bird. He has his own style. He's still alive, still playing today. I think he's still recording. So, yeah, Lee Konitz. Here's what that record looks like on this cool Pacific Jazz label. Here's another Lee Konitz record. He's playing with Brad Mehldau and Charlie Hayden. This is a live album. Got this not too long ago. That is a Blue Note reissue that was recorded in '95. Lou Donaldson is an alto sax player. I think that Lou is still alive and still playing, as far as I know, maybe. This album's called Blues Walk. This is a Blue Note record. Interesting thing about this record is it has some players that aren't the ones that we always seem to hear about on Blue Note records. It has Herman Foster on piano, Pet Morrison on bass, and Dave Bailey on drums. So, yeah, I think this was recorded in 1958. So, yeah, here's the track listing on there. The second song, Move, was one of the songs on Birth of the Cool. Yeah. Inside of that looks like, yeah, Lou Donaldson. Yeah, once again, just a Blue Note. Really my favorite Lou Donaldson out of the ones that I have, which I don't have that many, is Lush Life. This is a fantastic record where he's playing with a big band. So he's playing alto sax. He has Jay Dodgen, also an alto sax, but flute too. Wayne Shorter on tenor sax. Pepper Adams on baritone sax. Freddie Hubbard playing trumpet. Garnett Brown on trombone. McCoy Tyner on piano. Ron Carter and Al Harewood on drums. So, yeah, this whole thing is really great. Lush Life is a great name for it, and the cover really. This is a very mellow album with this big band sound. Yeah, The Good Life and Stardust to close out side one. Really beautiful. Just a fantastic album cover, too. Yeah, Lou Donaldson. Alto sax player. He also had this, was this, I guess this is Blue Note 80th. Yeah. Mr. Singling. Yeah, this is cool. He has Blue Mitchell on trumpet. Jimmy Fats Ponder on guitar with Lonnie Smith on organ. So, yeah, he's really swinging on this one. Yeah, late 60s, I believe. 1967 for this one. Yeah, Blue Note again for that one. Eric Dolphy, a real innovator on alto sax. He also played flute, I believe, and bass clarinet. He's well known for playing bass clarinet, which has just a beautiful sound. He plays all three of those instruments on here. The interesting thing about this record is that it has, he's accompanied by Ron Carter on cello, George DeVivier on bass, and Roy Haynes on drums. That's it. There's no piano, no vibraphone, no guitar. It's just bass, cello, and whatever Eric happens to be playing at the time. It's a cool cover. There's the cello there with a cymbal up there, metronome. Eric Dolphy, yeah, played with Coltrane there in the mid-60s, I guess, for a while. That was on New Jazz. This is a reissue from a few years ago. Jackie McLean, alto saxophonist. A Fickle Sonnets. This one features Tommy Turrentine on trumpet. That's Stanley Turrentine's brother. Sonny Clark on piano, Butch Warren on bass, Billy Higgins on drums. That's cool. Straight ahead, you know, hard bop jazz record. Very enjoyable. Yeah, Blue Note again. Here's Jackie McLean on, I don't know if it's Jackie McLean or Jackie McLean, so I'm going to call him Jackie McLean. Here he is on Prestige, 4, 5, and 6. Some of these songs were with a quartet, some of the quintet, some of the sextet. Here are the people who play with him on this record. You know, once again, hard bop, I would call it. So, yeah, very enjoyable. That's that cool Prestige label. Here's the oldest Jackie McLean record I have, The Long Drink of the Blues. This is obviously an OJC. I just got this a few years ago, but it was still in the shrink. It came out like, I guess, 1987 or something, so Usually I take the shrink off, but since this was still on there from that long ago, I left it on there. This was originally recorded, it looks like, in 1957. The first side is just a blues jam, really. It's a blow-in session. I really like side 2 a lot, though. It has 3 ballads, Embraceable You, I Covered the Waterfront, and These Foolish Things. So, yeah. Jackie McLean, alto sax player. Yeah, it has a cool label. It's purple. I don't know if you can really see the color. It's a dark purple there. Another great alto sax player, I don't have the record, but is, oh, what is his name? I've forgotten his name. Yeah, Paul Desmond is alto sax player with Dave Brubeck Quartet. This is the most famous album. This is a huge album in the 1950s, so Paul Desmond actually wrote that song and plays on it, so yeah, alto sax player, very well known. Ornette Coleman burst on the scene in the late 50s. Don Cherry playing trumpet. This is a cool CD because this features Shelly Manne on drums, Percy Heath on bass, Red Mitchell on bass, also on some of the tracks. Yeah. So yeah, he was a real innovator in free jazz, I think. What he was known for. But this one is not really free jazz. These are more sung, but they, I guess they did, were groundbreaking at the time anyway. They were different from what the normal was at the time. Here's his record from the mid-90s. Ornette Coleman in Prime Time is his band. Tone Dialing is the name of the record. CD. I saw him when he was promoting this CD. He opened for the Grateful Dead. And he actually came out and jammed with them, so that was very cool. David Sanborn started recording, I think, in the mid-80s, and I think he's still recording now. Extremely popular alto sax player. He's recorded with so many recording artists across the spectrum of music. Has a really mellow tone. Yeah, I mean, I just think of David Sanborn as easy listening in the most positive sense of the word. Here he is with keyboard player Bob James. Yeah, what is it called? Yeah, Double Vision. So, that's it. That's just a look at some alto saxophone players. So, yeah. Let me know in the comments about the ones I've forgotten. These are just the ones that I have in my collection. So I know there's a lot more alto sax players out there. So that's it. So yeah, once again, celebrating 100 years of Charlie Parker. His birthday is not until August, actually. But yeah, I guess Craft Recordings went ahead and released this box. So thanks very much for watching. Hope everybody has a great day.